On today's episode, we're going to be talking about links and how they can actually be costing you traffic if you don't format them correctly. Welcome to the Up in My Business podcast with me, Lex Lancaster, where you'll get an inside look at all things tech, business, and my life as a physical therapist turned digital operations expert. You'll hear all about my lessons as a business owner, the ins and outs of tech for your business, and more. From SEO, websites, and email marketing to automations, launches, and copywriting, I've got you. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by Jane, a clinic management software and EMR. Now, we all know that choosing the right EMR can feel a bit overwhelming, especially when you're just starting out. You're trying to juggle both your practice needs and your budget, and that's not always the easiest combo. Well, that's why Jane came up with the best new balance plan. It includes the essential features you need to keep things running smoothly in your clinic without the extra fluff that you don't. One-on-one telehealth, unlimited support, email reminders, and more are included, no matter which plan you choose. So if you're looking for an EMR that helps you focus on your patients, not your costs, Jane is here for you, just like a part-time assistant. Plans start as low as $39 a month in the US, $54 a month in Canada. Visit jane.app/pricing to learn more. And if you're ready to get started, use my code LEX1MO. Again, that's LEX1MO at sign up for a 1-month grace period on your new Jane account. And you will see that linked as well in the show notes. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Up in My Business. This episode is going to focus on links and the importance of the formatting of your links and the way that they contribute to traffic. And if you do not format them correctly, then you can actually be costing your website traffic. Before we jump in, I want to give a quick personal business update. I know last week we really focused on a lot of stuff there. Personal stuff, weather is really, really nice right now today after a full-blown, it was just windy all week long. So after it being windy all week, it's very, very nice today. I'm actually recording this episode. I'm going to export it and upload it to Buzzsprout to get ready to go. It's Friday afternoon. And then I'm actually going to head downstairs to sit on the deck to work because I would just love to sit in the sun. So going to go do that, and then other stuff, realistically, not too much here. I will be honest, I just went to the bank to try to upgrade one of my cards and then also enroll on a business card. And I'm going to be honest, I went there for that purpose. And then suddenly I was being sold new bank accounts, a place to put my investments. And I'm like, I told the guy, I was like, listen, it took me 1.5 years to come here to do this task. And I was like, I am not ready to change my entire life right now. And then they got me on the phone with the credit card person, which I can do all this stuff from home. The guy on the phone originally, before I went to the branch, told me to go to the branch and see if they're running a special promotion, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that. And so I did that, and they weren't, which is fine. But then I was just on the phone doing the same process. And then the guy was like, oh, you're going to do this thing. And then you are eligible for the bonus, the sign-on bonus. And I was like, okay, sounds great. Then the woman on the phone said I'm not. And I was like, I looked at the guy and I was like, listen, I am so overwhelmed right now. I was like, I think I need to come back later. I was like, I don't think I can do this. Cause he was like pushing me into having this like big card. And I told you, like, I just got through this whole like therapy situation where I just did not speak up for myself, and I did not stand up for myself or stand up for, the things that I believed in. And so I was like, I actually am going to go home. I was like, thank you for helping me, but I'm very overwhelmed right now. Thank you, but I can't do this. So that just happened. And then, otherwise things are good. So my message there is like, I'm still not ready to talk about my therapy experience, but I will say that, just standing up for yourself in every environment, just being super consistent there. So with that being said, business related stuff, SEO school enrollment is going to open on April 21st. It's a Monday. I am not sure if I'm going to push it publicly. I'll be blatantly honest with you. If you follow me on Instagram and you see my stuff, I would genuinely appreciate it if you shared it. I never pay attention to stats. Like, I don't pay attention to who sees my posts. I don't pay attention to how much reach I have. I never do. But I will be honest with you. I have been noticing that my content is just not being shown. It's really annoying. And I also am like, I know this. That's why I don't look at it, because I have an email list, and that's why I have an email list. But I also know there are so many people who don't necessarily know what I do or know about me. And so if you have the capacity to share anything, and I also know there are people who listen to this podcast who do share things, and I just genuinely appreciate you, because it really does make a difference on Instagram, especially right now. So thank you. So thank you, period. And SEO school enrollment opens on April 21st. And I genuinely don't know if I'm going to do a public enrollment on Instagram, because I'm just not seeing a lot of reach on Instagram right now. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to energetically do it. We'll see. So my recommendation is to get on the wait list, not because I'm like, wait list or bust, but I just will likely not. My goal is to not push hard right now. Like, the world is on fire, and the reason I'm running it is because I was asked, not because this was planned. So I'm just letting it happen and seeing what happens, I guess, is what I want to say. And then I will likely put way more energy into this launch as far as like new people and, making sure I get my message out there a little bit sooner, in the fall. But it is what it is for right now, and I'm not mad about it by any means, but I'm like, man, Instagram reach is definitely kind of crummy right now, I'll be honest. And it is what it is. Keep creating. What else are you going to do? It is what it is. Really, it is. With that being said, last week I talked about how I am taking clients into August for websites, and July is a toss-up right now. Shantae and I may be going on a trip that we don't know yet. So likelihood is high, but just keeping my options open. So not booking clients in the space where we would be leaving. So booking into August at this point. So if you're looking to work with me on a website or SEO signatures start, I highly suggest you book a discovery call so we can get you booked in for August. Okay, let's jump into the episode. It's going to be a quick one because I don't need a lot of time to talk about the value of links and how to format your links, but also because last week's episode was really long. So if you finished this one, go listen to that one. It was a great one. So when it comes to links, I'm talking about www.lexlancaster.com/SEO school. So the link, the actual back-end URL that you're creating for each one of your pages. One of the biggest mistakes that people make, there are two big ones. The first mistake is that people don't put dashes between the words. And I mean a dash, not an underscore. For example, if we have a page that is a physical therapy page, so we're talking about our service, that is physical therapy. When we format that link on the back end of our website, we want that to be www.yourdomain.com/physical-therapy, because Google reads dashes like spaces. If there is no space, then the word is just crammed together and it's physical therapy, not physical therapy. And Google doesn't see that as two separate words. And that is one really easy place to get what we call a keyword into your website and on a specific page, is using the URL to your advantage. So at any point in time, if you're publishing a blog post, typically the URL will be the title. So if the title is the best sleep positions for scoliosis, it would be the-best-sleep-positions-for-scoliosis. Did I do all of that? The dashes really it really messes with my mind. But we're putting dashes in between each word rather than having them all be like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and having them all crammed together. Now, that's like the easiest tip. So when you are looking at your links, are they actual words, physical-therapy, or are they physical therapy with no dashes? If there are no dashes and you go to fix that link and make it have a dash in between, just keep in mind the fact that when you edit a link, that link is now dead. So if you referenced or linked to the physical therapy page from anywhere else on your website or within your blog posts, just know that you're going to have to fix those links, because physical therapy without a dash is not the same as physical dash therapy. So make sure you're going and fixing your links after you change them. The other big mistake that people make is they capitalize letters. So you actually can have links with capital letters in them, and it's not recommended, not for any reason of like it's a bad keyword, what have you, but just know that keep all of your links lowercase. We don't need uppercase letters. Sometimes links don't work if they're uppercase and lowercase. I know that I haven't seen a ton of it, because people typically have everything as one word, but I will say I've seen it enough where I'm like, okay, I should definitely say that. So just don't capitalize letters in your link. So if it's www.yourdomain.com/physical-therapy, the P of physical and the T of therapy should be lowercase. We don't want those to be capitalized. So that's just another quick tip for links. Now, again, the value of this is Google reads words. Just like us. Words are keywords. And if you've learned about SEO, if you've heard anything about SEO, you know that keywords are what SEO really, it's how you do SEO, quote unquote, do SEO. So we want to make sure that we're optimizing our links, just like we optimize everything else when it comes to SEO, and making sure we have separate words, i.e. we're using dashes between words for our pages, is the way to do it. All right, as promised, this is a short one. Go listen to another episode about SEO if you missed any. And if you haven't, thank you for listening and being such a dedicated listener. I do appreciate you. Again, join the SEO School waitlist to get first dibs access to seats, discounts, and bonuses. I am super excited for another cohort to start. The SEO School cohorts are really fun, and the coaching calls are really fun for me. So I am definitely pumped. If you are a previous SEO School student, you will also hear about the new small group offer that I'm going to be doing. Starting in hopefully May, fingers crossed, because I finally have it nailed down to what exactly I want to include. And I'm pretty excited about it. I ran it by 2 people, and they're 2 people who have been in SEO school and 2 people who I trust their opinion. And they said, yeah, like this is golden. I will definitely be a part of this. And it's going to be limited seats, not because it's scarcity. And I am like, there's only 8 seats. You have to register now. It's more or less because I have to have the capacity to handle whoever is in this group. And so it's going to be small. Definitely pushing the fact that I want it to be high quality. And it's going to be very hard to maintain high quality with 100 people in the group. And I say 100 with more than 10 at this point. It's going to be hard to maintain that quality. And when you first start something, like my whole goal is to not have so many people that I can't make it really good. So make it really good first, and then I can expand it if needed. All right, friends, I appreciate you listening. Once again, if you haven't heard a different episode, go take a peek there, spend some time and listen to a different SEO episode if you're curious. And if you've already listened to them, thank you so much. And thank you so much for listening today. That's all I have for you. I will catch you next time.